Wasn't last
Lucky
week?
number 113. And away we go.
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Arcade Hangout, episode 113. Coming at you from around Mars on Musk's rocket sled and down to your YouTubes and things. We're a bunch of friends who get together and talk about movies and drinking beer, and sometimes
we're such good friends. We've created the longest running live arcade podcast on YouTube.
Exactly. And like I said earlier, we have more girls than the other guy.
That's right. And we're dogs too.
And Carrie got a new headset.
Yes.
So now you get to see one of my ears.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll have her model that for us later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Carrie has to talk about her missile command thing.
Mhm.
That's part of the agenda tonight.
Yes.
Talking about missile command repair. We have our question of the night, which we'll go through quickly, I think. And we have some sick people, so it'll probably be a short show. So let's see. Today's question was what's that?
Look at the dedication of the members who are here, who are sick,
Yeah.
still willing to.
Who's sick here? Gak's sick, and who else?
Yeah, I'm on the tail end of it, but yeah, still sick.
Okay.
I'm perverted, if that counts.
Yeah.
You sick of those practical jokers at your work playing jokes on you?
Dude, I work at an ER.
Oh, yes.
I can't believe I'm not sick. You guys are all sick. I had fucking flu and everything else exposed to me last night. A million fucking.
You just drank your way through it.
Oh God, yeah. I'm like, I thought for sure I'd have some GI thing or I'd be fucking throwing up today. Nothing.
Dave, you were so drunk your wife walked you out of the hotel room. Don't talk about how hard your wife is.
No,
That was last week.
I have buffet in this house.
no, that was good. That was good. It was fun.
So I think also just because sometimes we have some new people, I think we should introduce ourselves when it's your turn to, say, hello, my name is blah 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 from blah 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 on Clav, and my answer is this,
Right.
or however you want to do it. But yeah, because there's last show people are like, I don't know who you guys are on Clav, so they don't know who we are.
Who the fuck doesn't know who we are? We're the ones.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares?
They don't know us by now.
Who doesn't know who Griffin is?
Anyway,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
optional. If you don't want to say who you are, then that's up to you. Okay, so today's question was, let's see, burn, sell, or keep, I think, right?
Mhm.
Tough one.
And
Tough
the,
question.
The burn is a 60-1 instead.
Yeah.
oh, we're not going to do the three
What's
games
the
that we talked about?
No,
Yeah, still the 3 games, but instead of one being burnt, you turn it into a 60-1.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay,
Or
gotcha.
multi-gate or main it or
Multi-gate
whatever.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
So the 3 games are Zookeeper. What was the other one? The other
Qbert?
two? Qbert and
and Mad
Planet.
Mad Planets. That's right, Mad Planets. So I'm gonna pass this off to Leo.
Dun, dun. All right. My name's Leo Connolly. I'm LBAS NT7 on Clav. So I'm definitely keeping Zookeeper. That's by far my favorite of the 3 games that we just listed there. Love that game. Play that every chance I get, either at ACAM or Grinkers, or even wherever. If I see the game, and it's working, I'm gonna play that. I will convert Qbert to a 16-1. I liked that game as a kid, and I played it once like 5 years ago, and I'm like, wow, this game kind of sucks. Like, I'm not really sure why I like this game at all. So that was going to get burnt, and then I'd sell Mad Plants. It's a fun game. It's a nice one. I just don't like it as much as Zookeeper. So I'd sell that out, even though I'm guessing, and I'll wait for other people to answer, I'm guessing Zookeeper is the more expensive game. You could probably get a lot of money for that. But I really like the game, so I would keep that. I'll pass the question over to Joel. But
Hello, I am Joel Griffin on Clav. You might know me from shows such as arcadeicons.com and facebook.com/arcadeicons. Arcade Icons? Yeah, I can't do this presenty stuff.
Wow, we're not used to it 'cause we don't ever do it.
Right.
That's
Because we don't have lower thirds anymore.
Usually British
Shut
people
up.
are like naturally good at this kind of thing.
Shut up, you stop making fun of me. Just because I got it proper. Anyway, and this is assuming you don't have any of these games, right? The question is like,
it doesn't really matter.
You're presented with these 3 games, and you have to choose.
Right, but assuming you don't have any of them.
All right, so you're saying that you
Right.
own
I
some
have
of these
2.
games, and so you're like, yeah, no. I think that like the
Whatever
idea
you own
is that-
becomes one of them. Also, then
No, you don't have any of these games.
Right.
You don't get to keep. You're like, well, fuck it. I already have a Zookeeper, so
Yeah.
burn.
Right.
No. You have to choose between these 3 games of what you're going to keep, sell, or burn for your own.
It's very complicated.
Yes, I know. That's the point. It's boring if it's not.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Leo. I'd keep Zookeeper, even though Mad Planets is a game that I've definitely been looking for a long time, but it's because I have the other 2. So if I had to choose out of all of them, I would keep Zookeeper because it's without a doubt the most replayable game, I think, of the 3. It's that perfect arcade game where you can walk up. I always measure the quality of an arcade game based on, could you walk up, never having seen it ever before in your life, watch someone else playing it for 1 minute, and then be able to play the game yourself? If the answer is yes, then to me, that's the mark of a good game. And then, of course, the replayability of that game. And I think Zookeeper nails that perfectly. You walk up, it's obvious what you do straight away. It's real simple. Yet it doesn't matter how many times you play it. It never gets old. So, great game. Sell Mad Planets because I get like $1 billion for it. And
what does Mad Planets go for now?
And then what? Mad Planets. Last one I saw on Club sold for $3,500.
Oh, I was gonna guess. I was gonna guess
25.
I thought it was a lot less than that. Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I know this because I tried to get it.
Oh.
And the guy said he had an offer for 35, and I was like, "Well, you need to take that money and run into the mountain, swinging your underpants around your head." Like,
so that's a flukish kind of price, I think.
I've seen another one sell for that.
Really?
Wow. And these
are
have to have been pretty minty too, though, right?
What are we doing in this hobby?
Yeah, 35, which is Zookeeper is getting around that too now.
Yeah, Zookeeper is very popular.
Seen them going up above 3.
Are you serious?
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh fuck yeah!
I can see maybe 2,500 tops, but I don't know.
Doesn't matter what you buddy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So somebody could see selling me a gyrus for $2,500 today, but I didn't.
Yeah, I saw that.
I got one sold. $2,500.
And then Qbert turned it into a nice little 60-in-1 with a trackball and at least 9 buttons for each player.
There
Three
you
of
go.
them on the 3 of them per player on the front of the control panel underneath. So 6 per player on the top, and then 3 per player right on the. So you can really get under there and get that whole.
That's interesting.
beat round experience.
Is you if you turn into multi-cade, but you can't alter the control panel.
Oh,
jacked
yeah,
up.
So Qbert's gonna be good for what, 2 games.
Yep, exactly.
Right? Qbert and Congo Bongo, right? That's the only 2 games.
Right.
You got to jump.
Yeah, use the player 2 button for that.
Oh, that's true.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, you can put a jump button behind the coin return, so you just.
Yeah, right.
We'll just make the jump button the power switch on top.
There you go.
I think that picture that Griffin today that had like the cocktail and it had like a Street Fighter configuration of buttons, but they're like straight on the wall of the cocktail.
Yeah, you see that?
Like you gotta push the buttons towards. He's like so hard to play that way.
Carpal tunnel syndrome just looking at that photograph.
Little vertical buttons.
A while ago, I made a joke about they should make like an Akari Warriors on a control panel like that.
Yeah, nice, right? Spin it around down there.
Yep.
All right, so that's my answer. I'm going to pass this off to Mark the Magic Man.
Hey. I'm Mock the Magic Man on YouTube, Mock the Magic Man, and Clav, Mock the Magic Man. Okay, there we go. Boom. All right. So my answers are probably the same as everybody else. I was going to say keep Mad Planets just because I love the music in that game. You know,
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
But it's no Zookeeper.
But it's Zookeeper is like girls would probably play that game. I don't think girls are gonna want to play Mad Planets over Zookeeper. So because that's like Joel said, you could walk right up to it and go, "Oh, I could figure this out," and it's just it's striving for that 1,000,000-point jump is like something, that dangle that carrot for something like that. So that's pretty damn cool. So yeah, probably keep that.
Sorry, just to clarify, you guys think that Zookeeper is more approachable than Qbert?
No, I think more approachable than Mad Planets.
Okay, sorry. Just clarify.
Yeah, Qbert.
I think
turn that to
Qbert's
61 like everybody else.
Doesn't anyone else
Qbert.
find Qbert frustrating?
I like it.
Yeah, I do.
I'm decent at it. Not great, but I'm okay. Anyway, what was the other thing? Oh, so probably sell Mad Planets. Just I can get that a hefty sum. So that's my answer. All right. Wait. All right, let's move along. Let's see. Who's left? Let's see. Did Dave already go?
Nope.
Dave from Buffalo?
No. Dave from Buffalo. I'm Mac D 2001 on Claw, aka Dave from Buffalo. I'm gonna keep Mad Planets because I love it. And for the same reason Mock said is the music. I absolutely fell in love with Mad Planets. Actually, watching John's Arcade when he was the sounds weren't right, but I love Mad Planets, and I should probably keep Qbert because I have an emotional attachment. My brother and I, when we were 10 and 9, we would play Centipede and Qbert at this one little restaurant in the morning. But I'm gonna keep Mad Planets. I'm gonna turn Qbert into a 16-1 because I still have the cabinet. And believe it or not, I'm going to sell Zookeeper. And I love Zookeeper. And I was actually just offered a trade for a game that I have for like a Zookeeper. Not with original hardware, but I still wanted it wasn't enough to trade the game I have for Zookeeper. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep Mad Planets. Qbert 16-1. I'm going to sell Zookeeper. And I love Zookeeper. But that was a tough one. When I saw that, when you guys put out the question, I'm like, whoa, that's tough. But I really fell in love with Mad Planets. I love Mad Planets so much. And I'm thinking of now. Mad Planet. I get to keep Mad Planets. I got Qbert cabinet with a 16-1, which could be back to a Qbert, and unfortunately get rid of Zookeeper.
I have a quick question for the group, too. How many of you saw Mad Planets out in the wild back when you were young? In the arcade world.
I don't ever remember seeing it.
I don't
know.
Never.
Yeah, that shows you kind of how rare it was. It wasn't like a Donkey Kong or something. How
many of you saw Zookeeper?
Once.
I played Zookeeper.
I saw
Zookeeper.
Yeah, my brother loves Zookeeper, and he mentioned that before when I got into this hobby, and that was before everybody was talking about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, Zookeeper. That's right, you did play that. He loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, but nobody Mad Planets out in the wild out of everybody.
I don't
Dave, you
know
didn't, Dave, you didn't hear about my pissing my pants story?
Oh.
It's a Zookeeper story.
Wait, which one?
Yeah.
What do you mean, Zookeeper? When you're trying to get a high score and you had to pee and you didn't go? What was that?
Well, the game was new, so it was 83, I think, something like that. So I was about 12 years old, and it was my brother and I had walked obviously the same way home from school, and we crossed a 7-Eleven right basically across the street from our house, and they had a Zookeeper in there, and I think it was Space Ace for the two games, and I was having an awesome game, man. And it was one of those things where I probably had to go to the bathroom when I left school, but then I was like, I'll be home, I'll be fine. But then I had like an awesome game I'm playing. I'm like doing the waddle thing back and forth, like, oh, I'll keep playing. I made it to another level, yes, and then
look at you.
My pants. Just so
what a man! What a man! Admitting it.
And I started a thread on KLV years ago about it, like asking if anybody ever pissed their pants playing an arcade game. Yeah.
Have you ever bled your pants while playing an arcade game?
Oh,
That's gross.
Funny enough, my brother was with me, and either he didn't notice it all, or he played it off like he didn't know. So I don't think anybody saw it, just me.
We'll have to ask Sam that question next time.
the only time I ever bleed my pants is after a really good curry. You know, and it's worth it.
Or anytime you have Chipotle.
Yep.
Did I ever tell you guys the hemorrhoid story?
Oh no!
Oh no!
I love
This
it.
arcade related?
I want to hear
Well,
this.
no, this is a good story, so it's going to freak everybody out. I was 21 years old. I was working at JCPenney selling shoes. All right. So, and the night before, I drank, you know, I'm going out every night, whatever. So they had like a carnival thing set up. So the night before, I had like fucking corn and chili dogs and all this shit. So I got a hemorrhoid at like 21, whatever, 20 years old. So I don't know if this is going to gross everybody out, but if a hemorrhoid ever bursts, unless you've had kids, a female, they get hemorrhoids, you know, the poor women, when they have kids, because from the pressure and shit.
Oh,
But,
we need boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Yeah,
that was just the
I think
perfect.
the more you know.
That was slow on Jim's part.
Oh,
So,
I didn't see Jim.
hemorrhoid burst, it's like the most
You
red
guys can
blood
take over.
Yeah.
you've ever seen in your life. So I'm 21 years old. I had a hemorrhoid. It burst. It's got red blood. I've got toilet paper shoved up my ass, just patting it. Now I'm selling shoes at JCPenney, and I have khakis on, so I've got toilet paper up my ass, and it's like back to school season. And there's like this is before MILFs were even a word. There's like a hot mom with her little kids asking for shoes. So I'm putting a shoe on this little kid, and the bloody fucking toilet paper falls out my khakis on the floor as I'm putting the shoe on the kid. I swear to God. I'm like, I fucking grab it. Like, she didn't know what the hell it was, but it came out of my khakis on the floor. I couldn't make that shit up. I swear to God that shit happened. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I know.
That just fell out of my ass.
Oh,
what is that? Oh, that's blood from
awful.
my ass, man.
I didn't even know what. I mean, it was like, oh, you got a hemorrhoid. I was like, my parents had a hot tub, and I'm just in the hot tub, just soaking my ass, and I'm like, oh God, I'm dying. Fucking corn on the cob and chili dogs, and a lot of beer. A lot of
Boys have a
draft beer.
penis, girls have a vagina.
Thank you.
Note to
All right.
self: do not get in Dave's mom's hot tub. Okay.
Right?
All right, let's pass it to the female of the group. Is there another female? It's just
Oh,
Carrie,
thanks.
right?
Okay, I go by Gak Attack on KLV.
There you go.
So this one actually was an easy one for me.
Wait, you have to introduce yourself.
Oh, that's right.
the
Thank
rule
you.
tonight.
Are we doing that?
Oh, I know, because it's so hard to figure out.
Yes.
that my name is Carrie, and I am Carrie Z on KLOV.
Carrie.
Hi. Welcome to group.
Thank you.
Yes,
Hi, my
welcome.
name is Carrie, and I have an arcade addiction.
Alcoholic.
I've not bought any games this week. It's been a
It's been
month.
3 days since I bought my last game.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
When's the last time you looked at Craigslist? How many minutes? Not even hours.
It's probably maybe been an hour. Maybe. But not directly on Craigslist, just on my alerts. It's been a while since I've logged in and actually just done the old-fashioned manual search. So, but yeah.
So, Carrie, did you start off like most people, just with a casual sort of Donkey Kong addiction, and then move slowly into harder and harder to find games?
Yeah.
No, I just went straight to the rarest.
It started with the Game and Watch, just once in a while.
Yeah.
And then
Actually, technically, my first game was my Tempest Cocktail. Although the first one I brought home was Defender because the cocktail took so long to ship. So So yeah, probably my I started with a vector. I set the bar high. Although in Tempest, that's at least not as common for a vector.
Inconceivable.
So for me, hands down, keep Mad Planets. I love that game. I'd love to own Mad Planets. I just don't want to pay the price for Mad Planets because that's crazy.
You're gonna get one next week. I know it.
Yeah, $300 off the hop. Yeah.
She's gonna get a cocktail and an upright.
Yeah. She couldn't decide. She bought both.
I traded a karate champ for it because I got 2.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be So keep Mad Planets. I would 60 and 1 the Qbert because I just don't like that fucking game. I've tried, I just don't. I like to look at the cabinet. It's bright yellow and it's pretty.
I'm right there with you.
Same.
I thought it was sell, keep, and burn. Now it's 60 and 1.
Well, yeah, you could either burn or
typos.
60 and 1.
We're trying to be.
Burn's tough. Burn's tough. You get them all.
I'm going to answer it the way I want to.
Yeah, perfect.
How it was
Push it
emailed
off.
to me.
Yeah, exactly. Push it off the top of a building.
Has anyone ever tried playing Qbert at 45 degrees? Does that make it easier?
Yeah,
Like,
try
Yeah, like this.
Like that?
Oh, playing it literally like the game. Yeah.
Might make it easier. Just
Get it?
And we'll all stop and think about that for a minute quietly to ourselves.
Samsonite. I was way off.
Excellent. Yeah. And so obviously I'm selling that Zookeeper. So I don't know who hasn't gone yet because I had stepped away in order to heat some dinner and say hello to the channel.
Yeah, Arcade Buffett.
Oh, I gotta pass it to Jimbo.
Oh, I was expecting Buffett.
I realized that I sometimes play reverse favorites. Like, since we're going out, I'm like, I can't pass it to Jim.
I don't think Andrew's
shit!
that,
I wasn't supposed to say that, right?
I knew that was coming. I predicted
My inner
that years
monologue
ago.
is broken.
Well, I'm
So
gonna.
Jim, you didn't tell Carrie the bad news.
Emailed question. Yeah, that's right. You missed our offline conversation.
I just think it's hilarious. Mark did a whole speech about how girls wouldn't like Mad Planets, and then Kerry came on. She's like,
That's funny.
That theory in the garbage. Thanks, Gary. Zookeeper is unapproachable, I guess, with the cute little elephants, and cute little tigers, the cute little snakes.
Oh, I'd totally rather fucking shoot shit. You know
I'm gonna
me.
shoot Planet.
Destroyer
of worlds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pick up little spacemen. Collect men. That's what you want to do.
bring in the logic probe.
You know where your mind is.
That's why she's still here.
It's not on Zookeeper.
Carrie, his actual words were girls wouldn't like Mad Planets because they have vaginas. Which
You can rewatch the show. I did not say that.
It's
in an hour or so after drinking, I might.
Yeah. When the Devo hat comes on.
Yeah.
The pins go off. The Devo hat comes on.
Yes. Dr. Devo.
And then,
all right, so
misogynist mock comes out.
Yeah.
Old Eminem himself.
So Jim needs to introduce himself.
Oh yeah, Jim, who are you?
Well, Gak already did it. I'm Jim.
There you go.
What's your
Jim
name on
Modini
club,
on
Jim?
I just said it.
Is it
Penis
Jim?
lips. No,
It's just Jim.
Jim
G-I-M. Okay.
Yeah, it's just Jim. Well, I said it while you were talking.
Oh, sorry.
It's first name Jim, last name Bodini, right?
Yeah, no space.
Yeah.
Well, this was an easy one, and unfortunately, it's very similar to what Carrie said. I would keep Mad Plants, sell Zookeeper, and burn Qbert. Qbert, I never. That's a game that everyone seems to have, every arcade, and I walk past it. I have no desire to play it. Like, I play like 2 levels, and I'm bored.
Yeah.
Nobody
Mad
has any
Planets is-
Qbert love, and it was such a huge game when it came out. I mean, it was popular. You guys
and
talk about it like it's garbage.
Qbert's awesome.
What's wrong with you people?
It's like Rampage.
Yeah. Before I knew it was even an arcade game, I had it on Nintendo. I had it on NES. It was my first store-bought game, and I played it a lot, and I got bored with it. And then I'm like, oh, it's an arcade game. It's a little better in the arcade. That's still boring. Zookeeper, I have absolutely zero attachment to. I can see why the game is fun, but with how much money it commands, get it out of here. And then I will, but I love, like, Mad Planets is a lot of fun. I love the music. I like how intense it gets. Like, I don't get excited playing Zookeeper. Ooh, I'm jumping over stuff, but you have all that crazy music and shit flying around, and everything gets really fast, really quick and intense. Yeah, that's fun. So there it is.
Carrie, present for Jim next Christmas. Mad Planets.
Yeah.
That would only be if we would have a joint arcade. Then that's the great part. That would actually be fun to be able to be like, look what I got you. The game I wanted.
Wow.
It's for our anniversary.
Right.
Right, exactly.
It's our
I'm just
anniversary.
gonna keep it here, though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it here, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I brought
right,
you this
exactly.
framed picture of us. Oops.
I'll tell you what.
But I made the frame. Yeah.
Let's buy this game together, and we'll just keep it at my house.
Yeah.
Carrie, I got a quick question for you. Today at work, since the dog's licking you, my wife's out of town for work.
Oh,
She's
God.
like, you gotta make an appointment for the vet. My dog is licking her pee hole so much.
Oh.
So I call the vet, and the guy at work was laughing because I didn't know what to call the pee hole. So I'm like, my dog's urinary area is agitated. What do you say? The dog's vagina? If it's a girl dog, what do you say?
The doctor.
Shows up the fucking rails.
The guy at work, he lost his shit when he heard me say urinary area.
Yeah.
Stop laughing.
The dog's private.
Hey, exactly. Private would be, but I think urethra would be the urethra for the win.
Dog match.
Where were you
Dog
back
said.
then?
My dog said,
Texted Carrie. What do I call it?
Yeah, your dog snatch. She's licking your
straight
snatch.
to Google.
I just didn't want to say when I was calling the vet, my dog's pee hole's red and irritated.
There's so many things you could just say, like moth.
Area that flows.
Crotchal region.
Fun box.
But my dog's licking her special place all day long. It seems
Then her eyes roll back in her head, and she does it again about later.
Yeah, in between, she keeps lying on her back, panting and smoking a cigarette. I don't know what's going on.
Nice.
And then she dives right back in.
Dave, who are you kidding? If you could lick your private, that's what you'd be doing all day too.
Fuck, dude.
None of us be on this channel.
No work would ever get done. we found a way. Oh, we'd all be home.
Yeah.
We'll never leave the house.
I keep
New motivator for all the arcade bodies.
I keep thinking of Griffin when he said,
lick your pee-pee.
when AI becomes self-aware, look at all this porn. I'll see you guys in 6,000. Remember that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I said AI realized. Look at all this.
Where
Oh, that was fucking funny shit.
the internet went live and became self-aware and say, "Look at all this porn see you in 6,000 years."
Yeah.
That was good shit.
So I wonder how many Mad Planets Orange Whip has.
He's theoretically in the chat, or he was early. No, he's gone.
It
now.
was earlier, yeah.
I think he said he does not own one. I'm pretty sure he said that.
Oh, he doesn't have one?
I thought the answer was slightly more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Is are the controls for, because I was speaking to Till and he's been very patiently pulling together all of the pieces he needs to put together a Mad Planets, and he's finally got all of the bits now, so he just needs to find a donor cab so he can build his out.
Which apparently this group will have dozens of. Because everyone,
What?
Fucking Qbert.
Yeah.
But,
I don't
are the
currently own
controls
two.
particularly
No.
hard to find?
Qbert cabs?
No, the control panel for Mad
Oh.
Planets, or
Yeah, you're gonna want to buy a repro probably.
Yeah, repro.
Go with
Yeah.
repro.
what do you use? Like a Tron repro stick for it, or?
Oh, the
Or-
stick. They actually, I think there's like a HAP controls one, but the HAP one, the shaft is bent, and one of the guys, I don't know if it was Take Man or one of the other guys, actually made a repro shaft because the Mad Planets one is vertical.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't bend.
It's
Okay.
non-boomerang.
Yeah. So that was basically how you piece them together, unless you can find, which I think I actually have to.
You bored, Dave? We're not stimulated enough.
Hold that, buddy.
So Mach
I'm
3,
sorry. Oh, me,
the Laserdisc game Mach 3,
Yeah.
the joystick on Mach 3 is the same, I believe.
Okay.
It just has the 2 red buttons on the top back where you change that to not having any buttons, basically, for Mad Planets.
And
It
what,
still has the trigger.
what kind of spinner does it use?
Oh, a spinner. If you're going to
Fidget.
do just get a Tempest spinner. I think is how they do it.
A generic one.
It looks. I mean, on the outside, it's a Tempest spinner. All the Mad Planets ones are.
What
But
about Satan's Hollow? Doesn't that have the same sort of controller too?
That's a 2-way stick. And
Is it only 2
I
ways?
think the base is different too. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Satan's Hollow is just left, right. And I think Mad Planets is an 8-way. I want to say.
Yeah, have to be 8-way, at least 8-way.
Yeah.
No, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the
Not quite.
10
Not
way
10. You
version.
can't say 10
It's not
yet.
10. You lose. You get nothing.
It's not 10.
And isn't that a stencil cap? Mad Planets doesn't have artwork like Qbert does, so it's a stencil, right?
It's like the stencil kind of jagged red and blue.
Yeah,
lines.
yeah.
Ten.
I'm just
Less
looking at
than,
my
I promise.
Qbert that I never play, and I'm looking at it like, huh, how much work is it to convert that? Is that bad? Is it
Wow.
bad that I'm thinking that?
Yeah.
I would
How
just,
dare
if you
you
do that,
do
just do
that.
the control panel and have like a J-Rock board inside it or something.
Yeah, do the multi J-Rock.
Leave it all Qbert on the outside, except for the control panel. Swap that to Mad Planets.
Or
Huh.
find a Qbert carcass. I mean, there's definitely Qbert
Yeah.
cabs out there that have
Man.
been demolished.
Everyone that I see, especially here, like West Coast, Qberts are just
Swollen.
like unicorn poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I know,
Joel,
you
you know
have to wear
that when you went to the secondary location on our weekend run, I noticed you showed a picture that you found a volcano button. Is that something you're going to keep, or are you going to sell to or give to Carrie? Does
No, I
she
kept,
need one?
keeping that for Carrie because she needs that for a Cloak and Dagger panel.
Yeah,
$80.
yeah, that'll be $99.
Okay, you want this? You want this? You want it bad, don't you?
Put on eBay. Buy it now. $600.
You'll need
So,
2 of them
that's
actually,
what-
right? On Cloak and
That's
Dagger.
actually kind of it's one of those very weird sort of serendipitous stories as well, because I just happened to look in the Slack channel at the right time when Kerry was doing her control panel, and she made just a one-off comment about, I just have to put another cone button in this. And you
Yeah.
were talking about the
I saw
CPO.
that
You weren't
too.
even talking about anything else. Then that was it. It was just like
Yeah.
that one-off comment. I just happened to read it. And then I'm going through the box of all the crap that I pulled out of that haul. And it was just a massive ball of spaghetti wires that the guy just basically gave me this box full of wires. And I was like, I looked at it, I nearly didn't take it. But he was like, well, just take it. And I'm like, all right, dude, I'm not going to cherry pick the shit out of you when you're giving us such a great deal on this whole haul. So I just threw it in the car, and I'm sitting in my driveway, and I'm just going through clipping off leaf switches. And I go to throw it away. Literally, as I go to throw it away, I see the cone button like in the middle of it all.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I go through, I look at it, I'm like, that's a cone button. And then the little bell is just like,
Ding.
didn't Carrie want a cone button? It was like so many circumstances lined up for that. So That was lucky.
Yeah, I was lucky. Thank you. Yeah, and I only needed one because
that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, so the Tempest I got from the folks down in Central California, it only had one cone button.
Right.
So, and then I actually did have a pair, but then I put one of my original cone buttons on there, so then I only had one for Cloak and Dagger. So, yeah, it was perfect.
But the weird thing about it as well, it was a whole wiring harness, but it only had one cone button on it. So it was like, why aren't there two cone buttons on this?
Yeah.
You know?
Anyway. What game only has one cone button?
Well, I don't know if the other one got clipped off. And
This
is bizarre. But anyway, there it is. We got one. So
that's pretty cool.
We got one. Yay, thank you.
All right. So who hasn't gone? I think.
I
Andrew,
didn't
you
pass
haven't gone, right?
Did I not pass it?
No.
I don't think you
did.
did.
Happen. All right, Andrew,
I think it's just Buffett and me. So
and me.
I reached out to IRC. I want to answer theirs first before I talk about it. So we had responses from DJ Flask, from our own Clint, and Sarah, who unfortunately has left. And Clint, is Clint still in there? Clint left too. So DJ Flask is going to keep Qbert, which I think is the only person who said they're going to keep.
Yeah.
I think that Sarah said that she'd keep it too.
I know. Yep. So I'm getting there.
Sorry, I thought you said that he was the only person.
So far.
Said that. Okay.
Spoilers. Skip ahead to whatever.
It's me hitting my mute button.
I'm working my build up here.
Wait, you didn't introduce yourself, Andrew.
Who are you?
My name is Andrew. 34K on Clav.
And the bit bar?
Yeah. Oh yeah, so youtube.com/thebitbar.
Who are you and who is your daddy?
What does he do?
What does he do?
All right, so he's going to keep Qbert. He's going to sell Mad Planets and burn Zookeeper.
Wow.
And Sarah,
post that shit on Clav. That would piss off a storm.
I know. Sarah, who I think struggled with the idea of the fact that we were burning a game.
That's why you say 60 and 1 or multi-key.
Very offended by that, and she was very offended by the idea of even 60 and 1ing a game. She's like, no good collector would ever burn a game. It's like,
I would burn an R360.
Not real life.
None of us here would do this, but like the idea is that you're forced into this situation, so
you have to.
You have to.
Your life depends on it.
So yes, the R360 gets maimed. No, so her response is exactly the same.
Like the point of that word.
Maim. So so DJ Flask and Sarah did answer exactly the same. So they both want to keep Qbert. They both will sell Zookeeper, and they're gonna burn Mad Planets.
They're friends after that.
Clint is gonna burn Qbert, sell Zookeeper, and keep Mad Planets. So in line with I think some of the rest of us have answered. I want to go into this like saying that like when I put this list together for the question tonight, I was trying to come up with something that would be like kind of a challenging answer, right? So it's not this sort of easy thing where it's like the burn one, pit fighter. That's a pretty easy burn.
Yeah, I kept it.
Yeah, you just for your contrarian attitude to this game. But yeah. So. Honestly, I didn't expect to see as many burns of Qbert as we had tonight, but like pretty much burn. Qbert is like the story of the night, aside from DJ Flask and Sarah. So of the 3 games, the only game that I own a dedicated cabinet for is Qbert. And I gotta burn it.
You hypocrite!
I know it's a total hypocrite.
Someone can always turn it back.
Multi-cave, yeah. So I gotta
burn that classic.
I gotta turn Qbert into a J-Rock multi-cade.
There you go. Actually, there's a lot of collectors that do that too.
Yeah. So all right, so at least I can save some face on that one. But like honestly, there's no question. I've played Mad Planets on my arcade SD way more than I played my dedicated Qbert, and that's sad. But
it's a way more fun game.
Mhm.
No. So I mean, I really, really, really enjoy playing Mad Planets, but I fucking love Zookeeper, and I've gotten into like Zookeeper mode where it's like that's the only like I walk in the arcade, that's the only game I want to play right now.
Oh, interesting.
And
everyone, Andrew's looking for a Zookeeper. If you could,
and I'll totally trade you a Qbert for it. And my fucking Qbert is in really, really, really nice original shape too. So
pristiner, yeah.
Just saying, I will not trade it for a rock Mad Zookeeper, but another Zookeeper. But anyway, so yeah, I would totally trade my Zookeeper or my Qbert for a Zookeeper in a heartbeat. Which just leaves selling Mad Planets and keeping Zookeeper. Yeah,
probably buy a pin if you sold Mad Planets.
Does Orange Whip have a couple Zookeepers or just one?
I don't know if he has
the answer to that
Doesn't
one.
have that either?
6 or 7 boards, maybe, not any actually dedicated cabinets.
Or one that was converted to something else that he's going to convert back.
He's got a Zookeeper that's a Rastan.
Does he?
No.
I'm sure there's lots of those out there, though.
I'm sure there probably are, yeah.
Keeper.
So, Buffett.
Buffett. Let me play his. Where the? I got it.
Why can't you grow an ass?
That's his answer. All right.
And until he unmutes himself, that's all we'll know. Wait, Slick Nick is in our chat. So Slick, Nick, what's your answer to tonight's question?
I'm sensing.
I haven't gone yet either.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gak.
Yeah. Chris, to you then.
All right, I'm gonna plug away.
Gak
Attack on KLOE and Gak Attack Arcade on Instagram, at Gak Attack on Twitter, and then my latest one is my YouTube. It's the Arts and Craft with Gak, and I'm up to a whopping 45 subscribers now. By the way,
Nice,
big time.
Hey, slow and steady, buddy.
This I'll hit 50.
Yeah.
It's my retirement plan. So when we first started talking about this burn one, keep one, sell one, it reminded me of, do you guys remember? I think it was just Mock and Andrew and me. We were watching Stranger Things 2, like when that first weekend on Netflix. And I started talking about Winona Ryder, and I was like, she's kind of old and crazy in Stranger Things 2, and I was like, where were the ones where I thought she was like pretty hot, So I was like, maybe was it Scissorhands? Like Scissorhands, Winona, and then
Edward, yeah.
What was the other one I said? Do you remember? 34.
I thought Heather's. I thought she looked hot.
Right, but it was a different one. I want to say, I can't remember, but I was like, a Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Pretty young in that though.
Beetlejuice Winona. I was like,
probably not quite.
I was like, no. Figure this: if you're at the right age and she was at the right age, not where she is in the movie. Like one has to be your mom, one has to be your daughter, and one has to be your wife. Yeah. Which one would you want, right? So, anyways,
it's a trap.
Yeah, exactly. So, the 3 games. So, really, my first thought is like, of course, I love Zookeeper, but that's like one that could be easily emulated if you really wanted to play it.
It's on the arcade SD.
But I'm still gonna say that would be my keeper. And then,
are you still building one of those?
No, I got a dedicated one.
Oh.
I actually have a complete board set too, though. On top of that, so
bragger.
Yeah, dude, I've been doing this shit for years.
Yeah, but do you have 10 of them?
Yeah,
10.
Let's see. And then my first thought, and I'm gonna stick with this because that's what my first thought was if you're gonna multi-cade a game, it's with whatever the control panel it has. And so I was like, well, Mad Planets would be good for a multicade because you got the spinner, the trigger, joystick and all that. You could play a lot of different games if that was multicade. So I'm going to say multicade Mad Planets and then sell Qbert. So that's my picks on those. So is Buffett back?
Real quick, so Sarah just bounced back in, and she said she would totally make love to a Sega R360 if I ever saw one again. And as soon as she said that, the only thing I could think of was the South Park episode where Mr. Garrison makes that little wheel thing.
Oh yeah,
you ride in.
It's got the pole. Yeah, it's better than flying. Better than flying. Yeah.
The entity. Yeah, right. Better than flying, right? Where it's like you give it head and it fucks you up the ass. So that's what I picture Sarah in right now, talking about wanting to make love to a Sega R360. That's the closest. Horrible.
I don't know if you guys noticed that Thing actually joined the channel there.
I don't know what
That's the spirit thing. Lend a hand.
Oh, wow. Oh, and real quick, Slick Nick agrees with me as well. He says he's going to keep Zookeeper, burn Qbert, and sell Mad Planets.
And Zookeeper, what I love is the frantic wiggle. Like when you're jumping over tons of groups of guys,
The impossible jump where you go back and forward, and then you manage to land in between them.
That's the thing, though. Yeah, in that game, sometimes the hit detection is off or something, and you pull off.
Terrible.
And so for probably 5 years in a row at California Extreme, that was my go-to game. That was the only time I got to play Zookeeper. Really, was at CAX, and my goal was always to try to get over 1 million points. And it took like 3 or 4 years before I actually broke 1 million. But yeah.
Wow. Brilliantly simple.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I know.
No. Your response isn't sad. It's sad that Jim's like, wow.
Zookeeper sucks.
I haven't played that sound in a long time.
I like that sound effect.
That's a great one.
So is Buffett here?
Buffett has not responded. He's muted. He muted himself, I think, because no one muted him this time. He hasn't heard a word.
Should we talk about San Diego?
So we've got San Diego to talk about. Our Fortnight challenge. We've got
Carrie's repair stuff.
Carrie's repair logs.
Wait, I have a question. How far is Joel's place from? You guys are getting on a Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. How far are you from San Diego Airport?
About 20 minutes drive.
You can hear the gears turning.
Well, there's a unique situation that just came about. My wife is
pregnant.
Has a trip. Yeah, she has a trip that she gets to San Diego at like 10 a.m. on Thursday. What time is everybody getting there?
I'm getting there around 12 o'clock.
I think
I'm getting there early.
Carrie, you switched your flight?
Yeah, I think I'm getting in around 3:30 in the afternoon.
Cool.
3-ish.
I'm gonna be there like 9 a.m. or something.
I'm gonna try and then
around 1.
Gak and I are gonna go find some breweries.
Yep.
Okay.
Jack's gonna be asleep by like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, right.
This might happen. I might be there.
Wow.
Well, yeah. Me and the wife might come and.
Well, if you need to hitch a ride instead of sticking your thumb out, just stick your hemorrhoid out.
Oh.
I know. 20 minutes though.
The
Or
hemorrhoid
windshield on the car behind you.
Yeah.
I think it was about a $35 Uber ride estimate.
Oh, really? That's not bad. Okay.
That sounds.
One of us will.
That sounds a little high, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's that.
Well, I didn't have your exact address, or I didn't remember it, so I just put in I picked a spot that wasn't.
I might have. We were going to Joel's, and we won't be crashing, but maybe I should. This is going to be. This is a crazy thing, and this might happen.
Dave,
How cool would that be?
Yeah.
Or we're having a pajama party.
Yeah.
And we get to meet Mrs. Dave from Buffalo.
Yeah.
I do still have spare spots for people. I mean, DJ Flask is the only person who's actually claimed.
Me too.
I'll claim a spot.
Jack, Leo? All right.
The bathtub's still available.
Nice.
I don't need a spot because we'll have a hotel room. It's
all right.
paid
Well,
for
Jack,
by American Airlines.
Leo, you guys can bunk. I have
We'll take turns snoring and peeing on each other.
I have a twin bunk.
And farting, too.
Febreze? Do you have the Febreze or the plug-it?
There are multiple doors to that room, so we'll just leave them open.
If there's one person on the planet that can relate to my shenanigans, late night shenanigans, that'd be Leo, I think.
Yeah.
But Leo,
brother in urine.
Leo has to step it up a notch and take a shit in the bed.
Look at this.
No midnight steamers in my room.
No. After a bunch of buffalo wings too, just get exactly a.
If I have Leo and Jack, that's like the Piss Brothers.
Would that be a buffalo steamer?
Yeah.
Anyone pisses in any of my bedrooms, and they're gonna go the short way down my very steep driveway. So.
Shit, I'm gonna get blamed for all that, no matter who does
it. We're gonna get around Leo at like 3 a.m. and I'll piss in his bed.
Leo's leaving behind bed cigars. A bed cigar.
An almond joy. Look. Oh no.
Perfect pile of shit at every corner of his bed.
Oh my god. That's a new one.
Plastic sheet.
It's totally gonna get the rubber.
Okay, so are you guys gonna start drinking at 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
The brewery's open.
And Andrew, don't forget the rubber sheets and gerbils.
That's right. And the electrical tape.
I think at some point, what we'll do is we'll just make a suit out of trash bags and we'll duct tape Leo into it.
You can piss and shit in it all night.
Yeah, it's like whatever, buddy. You get out of that until we put you on the plane.
Bro.
And we'll blindfold everybody and he'll be the pinata the next day.
Oh.
Are we really doing pajamas at Joel's?
It is the
yeah, that's
party.
a good question. If you're gonna
do we all have to wear onesies or whatever?
It has to, yeah. Yeah, you can't roll up in like cool pajamas. It's got to be a full-on onesie.
All right,
unicorn.
I think I gotta go find a onesie.
Right?
I
already got one. What are you talking about?
Leopard. You know, something.
Well, I'll be coming straight from work because I'm going to work in the morning. So I'll have to wear business pajamas.
It looks like a suit.
Yes, exactly. It looks strangely like something you would wear to work, but I dress very formally when I go to bed. You know, you never know what might happen in the morning.
Penguin suit, like bow tie and tails, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I also wear a top hat to bed, but I'm English, so that's just normal.
How do you keep the monocle from falling out while you're sleeping?
Super glue.
So it looks like the game lineup for the Nat tournament on the Thursday night is going to include City Connection, because I got it up and running and it is working. Hopefully the artwork will be done and the whole cab will be complete. Rich is sort of putting in some midnight oil on that to get the art pack back to me in time so that I can have that game together. So
the art pack back.
It looks like we're going to be looking at Zookeeper, Bomb Jack, and City Connection for Nat. I wanted to put in different stuff rather than the usual. So hopefully there will be the three Nat games, and weather permitting and other things permitting, they'll probably, what I'm going to try and do is move those 3 games away from the rest of the arcade and put them out in a separate space, because we've always had kind of a space issue when we start doing it, because everyone wants to crowd around and cheer everyone on, which is friggin' awesome. That's the best part of Nat. So I'm going to try and get them out into a separate space of their own. So,
good idea. That's cool.
I like that. Nice.
See if we can do that. And just hope it doesn't decide to rain the one day a year it rains in San Diego.
Yeah, you guys get rain in California? I thought that was,
I am going to be there, so I bring the rain to
Right?
That's
California is either raining or on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got like a big marquee thing, so I'm going to set that up over the top. So hopefully it'll be enough to keep us dry.
Cool.
And that should be it.
That'll be awesome.
I think. Do we have GAC? Are the numbers changed, or are we sort of keeping the list going
the list
on
is on
Qual?
KLV, and I haven't. Mark, I don't know if you or Keith ever heard from Jeff Kinder.
Jeff Kinder, yeah. No, I guess are we supposed to reach out to him to give him the address and
I don't
time
know.
and all that? Yeah, that's Keith. Keith knows him. I'll talk to Keith.
Okay.
Kalen said he was going to try and make it down, but of course he's also sort of split between that and trying to help out in banning it with it being hung off that weekend.
Yeah, he's going to be busy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the local guys have that same kind of conflict where they're like, yeah, I want to come to this, but I also want to support, Richie and John Weeks and all those guys that are trying to make sure everything's up and running for
Fuck
Con-Off
em!
as well.
Fuck yeah. Our thing's more fun.
I just saw in chat that the Gleek said L. Smith is overrated, so I'm just going to tell him to go fuck himself. Hang on a
absolutely
second.
not. They're one of the beers fantastic.
But Gleek's part of a beer team or whatever.
They've won so many awards for their beer. It's just not that. Stone Brewing is the worst. It's like top 40 of craft beers and pretentious overpriced food. That I agree on. Yeah. The Gleek, I'd say that is about right. Stone makes some good beers when they're doing their special stuff. And that it is pretentious and the food is overpriced.
So has DJ Flask told you when he's planning on arriving?
He just said that he was going to be there at 10:30, I think it was.
On that Thursday?
On Thursday, I'm assuming. I'm scrolling back here. He said that we should wait for him because he wants to go get drunk with us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
10:30. He said he's keen. He's keen for a brewery.
After flying for 15 hours, oh my god, that is you are amazing.
Is he the one that wants to try the treehouse ones? Or
yes.
He'll have some options. Trust me. Yeah.
I told him we'll have lots of stuff we'll share with him.
We got.
Ryerson mentioned Monkish. Yeah, Monkish is awesome. They're a bit of a drive though. They're in the LA area, I think, like in Redondo Beach, maybe somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's the one you brought to Grinkfest.
No, that's Moonraker.
Moonraker. Sorry.
So Monkish is in Southern California. I've never actually had their stuff, but.
And if you go to
Torrance, you got to check out is actually where they're at.
Brewery.
We got Pizza Port. Chronic is pretty good. I like that one. And don't forget Belgian Beaver with miso honey.
Yeah, peanut butter one is so good.
Peanut butter brew. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The Gleek's trolling us now.
Oh, I know. Gleek is not pleased with Monkish beers. You can't buy any Monkish beers and take them with you. It's all hype and bullshit. I'm super bitter about Monkish. I want to do the readings with feelings for what good. Monkish is the worst beer of all California. I will drive my truck through their brewery and burn it down.
Gleek likes beer before people have heard of beer. So.
Yeah.
They didn't sell me shit there.
Hey,
See,
Chris, can you see this one?
Great Divide.
Great Divide. They did a
Jameson. Wow.
They used Jameson barrels for this.
Oh,
so it's a dark lager.
That sounds delicious.
And it's really fun.
What kind of ABV is it at?
8.7.
All right, not too crazy.
Not too crazy, but I'll tell you what. This is. I mean, it almost tastes like a stout. For a dark lager, it's like.
Hey, Joel.
Small batch. Awesome
Send
stuff.
me your address because I needed to send it to Jeff C. Because he's going to try and come.
Already.
So I don't. Yeah, send that over and I'll put it in your contacts and all that good stuff. And we can also send it to Jeff Kinder too. And Carrie, so she can figure out how much money she's going to have to pay.
Yeah.
Hopefully, one of us can pick you up.
No, I'm getting a ride. I'm getting a
You
ride.
are?
Yes, if somebody. Well, you guys were saying you're going to pick people up from the airport.
Yeah,
Jim and I are
Karen.
arriving within like 25 minutes of each other, so I figured I tried to make it convenient. Actually.
Yeah, there's 3 hosts. Come on.
Yeah, I know. We were promised rides.
We just got to get the times from everybody. You know, like
Jim, are you getting? You're getting in earlier than Carrie, right?
Like 2:30. You know.
Oh, okay. So I'll just pick you both up.
Like I can hang out at the airport.
Yeah, I think I think my flight's about a half an hour after Jim's is.
All right, so I'll just come and get you, but no making out in my back seat, okay? Because that's weird.
All right, but I ride naked.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Can I do one more Gleek reading? Monkish makes like 60 cans, sells them out in 5 minutes, and the other 1,000 people waiting in line go home empty.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry about the beer rants. I got really drunk while I was in San Diego. I should be in bed.
Oh, modern times.
You guys have me all fired up about beer.
Next week.
Plenty of
Modern
great
Times in San Diego too, I think.
Yeah,
I love
is
that.
good.
They make so many great beers.
Yeah.
Strong but good.
Yep.
They make modern
That's what she
beers.
said.
That would be one
Ooh.
if there's time to swing by there.
Seriously, though, I was ranting about you guys can't ranting about the red velvet. It's just good God. This is like have babies beer. You know, you drink a few of these and then you'll just make love to anyone. It's so good. Love it. And they're doing these cool wraps now on the bottles. I don't know how many breweries are starting to do this now. You know, they're not doing the labels, but they got the full wrap.
They wrap the glass
all the way around the glass. Some really cool artwork and stuff. It's nice. Welcome to the beer longest running
beer hangout.
Beer arcade.
Actually, you might want to verify that one.
Yeah, we might have more competition with that one.
Mr. Senegagalia. He was the first one.
I'm sure there's like a neckbeard channel or something that.
Neckbeard channel.
Well,
all right. So, did we have a game of the week tournament thing there, Gacky boy?
Yeah. Clear my throat. Keep coughing. Looks like Andrew just got back.
Oh, hi. Sorry.
So,
well, baby got
Griffin
back.
was asking about our Fortnite games. I actually haven't got a chance to play them yet because I've been sick. So, but yeah, I do want to try to get it in the next couple days or so here. But Andrew, you've been kicking ass on Hero.
I might have slightly gone crazy on Hero and the Castle of Doom.
Yeah.
I spent a good like all day. It was a Saturday or whatever I was posting on those links to you
And
guys.
what, you're just gonna post a Rastan score like last minute because
Yeah,
it's the best.
that's his ringer. He'll just ring it in right with that one.
No, I just figured I'd just beat whoever is got the highest score by like 100 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just gotta rub it in his
100,000,
face.
right?
You're a real dick.
Yeah, 100,000.
Yeah, so what you guys do eyes, yeah. Or,
well, I actually I
have for a change.
What?
There you go. Yeah. Next week we'll do
We'll do eyes.
Eyes and Revenge of
See,
Doom.
but the thing is like it's exactly the same scenario there, Jim, where it's just like you just have to beat the highest player by like 1 point, and then you're done.
What I was doing at Grinkers.
So
exactly.
Yeah, no, Hero. Fuck. God damn. I mean, I'll talk about it more, and I'll gladly post a video of like how I'm playing it.
So there is patterns, though, kind of, right? Is that one summary, or not really? I felt like there's patterns you could do on it, at least on the lower levels.
I want to talk about it next week.
Okay. All right.
and I'll lay it all out next week. But for now, it's like if you want to play the challenge, which there's maybe 3 of us who are actually going to play it apparently.
Well, I'll say as much that from what I recall, there was some kind of like techniques like how you would do burger time.
There's 100% technique. So like the fireballs chasing you, there's no question. The way that they chase you is that they will go towards you in the quickest path towards you, even if that means that they miss you.
Right.
So if you're if they can go, you're on a layer.
But they don't follow the ladders across the walls.
Correct. The ladders are a safe place for them. However, in the later levels, they'll bunch up around you on the ladders, so you can't just hang out on the ladders.
Yeah.
Plus, there's a timer, which is actually pretty brutal.
Yes.
The timer's fast. So you can't just hang out on a ladder and wait for it, because you'll never finish the level. But yeah, so here in the Castle of Doom, so I'm having a bunch of fun playing it, but it's a challenging game.
Yeah. You can get up to like a certain score and be consistent with that, and then getting past that is like, God damn it. Yeah.
No question. The last level, especially.
The one with the lions?
The one with the lions, yeah. So actually, what I get stuck on, halfway there, or just the next level after halfway there, the one right before Stay Cool.
Okay.
I got stuck on that one forever, and I was stuck at like 100,000 or 150,000, something like that. I was stuck there for like half a day, and then once I broke through this sort of barrier, it's like, I fucking get this game, and then it made sense, and all of a sudden I was hitting. Basically getting to the last level without dying every time.
Wow. Damn.
And then...
Well, that's what I needed to do, was just sit there and play it for like 8 hours straight, and then
it's just like, basically it was like... So it snowed like fucking crazy here this weekend. It's like, I don't know, it's like Minnesota weather here. It's currently, I think the high today was 14. It's currently 12, so that's nice. So it's cold as fuck this weekend, so it's like Saturday was a waste of a day, so I just stayed inside and played that most of the day. But yeah, like once you make that sort of breakthrough, it's like, you get it, you understand how the game works, you can sort of manage the fireballs, you can manage the arrows, you can manage what's going on, the levels. But even still, that last level, there's a trick to the last level that, frankly, I'm not even sure you can get around. There's a luck factor.
Really?
And if you are unlucky, even so you get an extra guy at 150,000. I don't know if you get an extra guy at 300,000 or not. I know you get at least one extra guy at 150. Get into the last level, I could easily burn like the whole level, get everything done, get to the last point, die. Get to the last point, unlucky, die. Get to the last point, unlucky, die. And there's I don't think there's a way to get around it. I think you're just lucky or unlucky at that point. Because the arrows will come out of the left or the right side, and they come out at semi-random speeds. And if the arrows come out of the point there where you're basically in a long chute, a long walkway you have to make, and if the arrows come out of the right side, you can't turn around and go back. You don't have enough time. If they go too fast, you're fucked.
You cannot outrun them, yeah.
So I think that last level is like, you either make it or you don't. And so for have you played any on round 2? If you beat the first level?
I've never made it past the lion level. I've made it to the lion level, I want to say twice, maybe 3 times. And I want to say I had 200 and change.
Yeah.
220, 230.
You get there, you should be around 220, 230 if you don't finish the level.
Yeah.
If you finish the level, you get massive bonus.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the reason why
it starts back with the first level again?
It does, but
it's more difficult.
The fireballs are faster than you now.
Right. Oh boy.
You have to use the ladders.
Yeah.
To dodge the fireballs. So I've gotten through the 3rd or 4th level in the 2nd round. That's where that score comes from. The 227 or 37, whatever it is.
Choking on a hot there or
what? Take a breath, Dave. Jesus Christ.
He's just inhaling the pizza.
This is gonna make a noise like this.
What's funny about the game though is that like I feel like graphics wise, this is like a weaker graphics game than like any NES game. It actually plays like a shitty NES game.
Yeah.
But it's addictive enough that I was enjoying it well enough to play for a whole day, and yeah. There you go. So you got one more week left. Was my 327? I think is what I ended up with, something like that.
Yeah.
I gotta play that game. Yeah.
It's fun and it works. So I'm playing it in MAME, obviously with the my little joystick set up here. Actually, although the joystick, I may have to give it up because it's an 8-way joystick, and that game is really sensitive.
Yeah.
To a 4-way stick. It's like playing Donkey Kong, right? Like playing Donkey Kong with an 8-way.
Yep.
So I don't know. I might be able to do better if I do it with a keyboard instead of that stick. Who knows?
Interesting.
World record territory because like 3 people ever have cared enough to play it.
Yes, I think so.
The first round or the first level.
My favorite type of game.
Yeah.
Talk about a rare game. I've never seen that in the wild ever.
Right.
No. But actually, it's funny because it's like when I got that, I could totally see making an awesome because it has a marquee.
I have the control panel overlay too.
So it has that's right. No, I have a control panel too. So I've got a marquee and a control panel. It needs a bezel, and it should have side art. And I see like a great thing with that. It has this sort of Indiana Jones look on the marquee. I could see an awesome like a bricky bezel thing with fireballs like chasing after the dude in his like kind of sketchy style, and like maybe some side art that matches it. But the thing is like, unlike Toki, that Steve obviously spent an amazing amount of time and came up with an amazing product. No one would buy it.
The Hero in the Castle of Doom,
yeah.
The 6 people that own the ROM sets out there probably wouldn't even buy one, right?
Yeah.
It'd be stoked. Yeah, Gravatar. It looks like a lot of foam, but it's just on the side of the glass. It's actually it's a proper amount of head for a Guinness.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Same with that City Connection art pack that I spent 50 hours creating. No one's going to buy it.
Right.
No one has the game board.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of that, Jim, what's the status on it?
I sent everything to Rich and Kendra, and I haven't. So they have it.
He's putting all your guys' stuff on hold to get my Cloak and Dragger control panel
and to do Joel's City Connection. Yeah.
City Connection is priority.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sort out this gun violence issue.
Oh, let's not get into that.
Then we'll print stuff.
All right, we'll leave that one alone.
Yeah, we'll fix the gun issue, then we'll print your shit.
I'm not nearly drunk enough to talk about that.
Yeah, let's not go down that road.
That's not. Okay, so let's talk about Carrie's repair stuff.
Nice segue.
Yeah, there you go.
I am the host. I'm trying to move the show along.
They keep the pace.
Great.
Speaking of gun control, let's get
Carrie's
the missile
corner.
command.
Yeah. There we go.
Let's talk about the Cold War.
Well, missile command.
Yeah. Oh, nicely done. Yeah. Speaking of Russians, Russian interference. Russia.
Close enough.
Always. This is a relatively short story, but which is unusual for me.
You'll figure out a way to stretch it to 45 minutes.
I know, right? When I tell my little repair stories, it's usually like fucking crickets.
I love that.
It's like right. It's like Carrie's repair monologue, and then it's like, okay, now what about that? Yeah. So I have this lovely Missile Command cabaret, and if you harken back to whatever it was, like a year and a half ago, I went through all this drama that I posted on Clov because that's where drama belongs. So I'm just kidding. I went through trackball drama. I had a hell of a time because I couldn't replace the bearings and the rollers because it turns out I had this metric. I have this game that's metric, and so I couldn't use one of the regular replacement sets.
Yeah, centipede trackball wouldn't fit.
Right. Yeah. It was a mess. So this thing was it was a pain in the ass. Finally, it took like parts from 3 different trackballs in order to rebuild this trackball, and it was lovely. And it went to CAX, and people enjoyed it, and tears came to their eyes because they were like, "Oh my God, such a good game."
Nice
After the first year when I brought it there, and the trackball did not work at all, which sucked. So, so life is going along, and the trackball starts acting up again. And I'm like, oh, fuck you, you goddamn piece of shit. I'm so tired of you and your stupid trackball issues. So I was getting ready to rebuild the trackball, and it just took a little bit of psychic energy to be like, okay, what am I going to do? And so one day I was just in the mood. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull this thing apart. I'm gonna take a look at it, see if it's making contact. So I open up the control panel. I'm like, it looks like it's making contact. Everything seems okay. So I close it back up and I start to play it. Trackball's acting up, and then the game starts resetting. So it turns. Yeah, and then I'm like, I just want to get rid of this game. I'm so sick of this game. So exactly right. Like.
No good, goddamn.
Yeah, exactly. If burn it was one of the options for Missile Command, and then one of our things, it would have been burn Missile Command. So it's resetting, and this is, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I push on ROMs, and I do all the shit that you do to try to figure out what the hell's going on. And I'm like, great. So I have a trackball issue, and now the fucking game isn't working. And this is one of those rare instances where actually things worked the way they were supposed to. So I had installed in this. So one of the things I thought was, well, I have that the super missile attack mod.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's come off, if there's some sort of issue with that. And I was thinking maybe I should try just removing the ROM that you put in there and then reseating it back into my original board, see if there's anything going on with the super missile attack. And I said, oh, wait a minute, this has a test button. Let's do test mode. After I've done all this other stuff, because I never think of test mode first. And lo and behold, the fucking thing worked exactly as it was supposed to. So super missile attack, right? Yay! That mod actually breaks down what how the ROMs are doing, as well as the pokey. And so it went through, and apparently the original does not, but this mod does break down each one. And it went doink, 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 good, bad pokey. And I had noticed that right when the game actually would turn on and would let me start a game, yes, dogs, kill. I noticed that right before, so when I was able to get the game to start, I could start to play the game, then my trackball would go out, and then the game would reset. And lo and fucking behold, so I ordered the pokey, which was like $1 million, and because they're
spendy, those.
Jesus Christ! I remember when those things were like $10.
Yeah, they're 10.
There it is again.
Yeah,
it was 28, I think now, 25 or 28.
That's still not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't make them anymore. So I ordered 2, didn't order 10. Pop that little puppy out, put the new one in, works like a charm, and my trackball's fixed. And wow. I never would have thought that the pokey would be resulting in a trackball that was acting glitchy for a while. But that's what it was.
Math processor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interrupting the processor, and then. Yeah.
Well, because I had that same problem with so the millipede that I sold my buddy Eric. It started having problems where it was only drawing the mushrooms in very specific patterns.
Oh.
And I remember I was like, oh, I sold him the game. So it's like, part of me is like, good luck, dude. The other part is like,
tag, you're it.
I have to support this because he doesn't, he's got like 5 games, but it's like, he's got those games because I've helped him get them. And all right, so I'll help. And it's like, I pulled a pokey out of like one of my other, I think it was one of my centipede boards. It's like, put that in, it's like, it worked perfectly. It's like, no. All right, keep it. It's all yours.
What the fuck's a pokey?
Yeah, I know. I just
It's an IC. That Atari uses. That's a math processor, I think. But
it's a chip.
It's a big chip.
Chip that's socketed.
IC integrated. Yeah, chip.
I thought it was like raw fish and rice,
which is delicious.
That's a pokeball. Yeah.
That's a pokeball.
Pokeballs. Yeah, those are delicious.
Pokeball. Mm-hmm.
But there are also circuit boards. From
after Griffin gets 3 red velvets in, he wants more pokey.
All right. So according to Whip It Good, who is our bot in the IRC, the POT keyboard integrated circuit Pokey is a digital I/O chip designed for the Atari 8-bit family of home computers and found in Atari arcade games of the 1980s. Pokey combines functions for sampling ADC potentiometers such as paddle games and scan matrices of switches such as a computer keyboard, as well as sound generation, produces 4 voices of distinctive cuts off. So I guess if you care about that, you'll have to read the rest of the Wikipedia article.
Okay.
There you go. I didn't know what it stood for before. That's cool.
Sorry, later. Call it a night.
Oh.
Bye, Leo.
Oh, bye, Leo.
Good night, Leo.
Right. 3 weeks.
Save up that shit.
Save up that shit.
Save it up.
Because you're staying at Joel's house?
Clog up all his plumbing.
Oh, no.
Fill up his bed.
Melt Joel's toilets. Fucking
cigar
coming out of his asshole.
It'll be like the toilets there are all going to be like at Nassau, your guys' room.
Oh, no.
It's like piss everywhere.
God.
That was the worst. Yeah, when we had the
He like kicked the seat up and like this big pool of piss flows off the seat.
It's like, you guys just stand there in the shower and just piss?
I totally forgot about that.
Everything from like the fucking vanity mirror down was covered in piss.
Oh, gross.
The whole room.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the private cabin.
That's great. I took a shit in your cabin too.
I believe.
All right.
Yeah, everybody took a shit in our cabin.
Oh my god.
Upper deckers for all my friends.
Oh my god.
That was when Andrew's like, oh my god, someone just annihilated our bathroom. That was destroyed.
It's nice that they felt so at home. Keep it that way.
They hit everywhere but the fucking toilet. It was like everywhere.
All right, so if I send my wife there solo, because I was trying to do the math when I'm in the garage waiting for my Dominoes. I'm thinking it might be tough with both of us, with my parents having the kids. But I might send my wife, not knowing any of you, and see if I don't know if she'll do it. But I'm gonna say you have to go to represent. You're there. It's just go. It's like it's 20 minutes. I might send her. You guys got to treat her nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In San Diego?
Yeah, she's gonna be there on the 16th, or on that Thursday.
We're gonna buy her Bud Lights, and she'll be like, "I don't drink that pussy shit."
Oh, she likes wine and nice beer. I'm the fucking white trash.
We are gonna get your wife so hammered.
Oh, as long as she's got an early trip in the morning, but it might be something different. I think she's gonna say, "Dave, are you kidding me? I don't know any of these people. I'm not going." Maybe I could work it out that I could be there too. I was just trying to think of it. Because my parents are elderly, and I'm like, oh man, that means they'd have to have them Wednesday night, Thursday night, and probably Friday night, because I won't be back until late. That's like 3 days in a row. Or I can just send Mrs. Dave from Buffalo, and you represent, and then I'll talk to you when she's there.
Dude, I've seen her at a Guns N' Roses concert.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm big with Andrew when I get drunk, and I just like FaceTime Andrew a lot.
I do get a lot of FaceTime requests from you.
Yeah. And then when he answers.
And then we danced in this room. We were like,
Hey, you know who else answered at Guns N' Roses was Fetish Boy. I was FaceTiming Fetish Boy at Guns N' Roses as well, and he answered.
That was actually I was picking up people here at Nat, and when you were FaceTiming, I think I was passing it to Gak and who else was there?
That's right, because that was Guns N' Roses.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I was pretty hammered. That was in, I don't know if that was Buffalo or Toronto. I can't remember. There might have been the Toronto one because we saw it twice. My wife's ultimate.
So I know what your wife looks like at least.
Yeah. We'll see. That'd be. I'm gonna try to convince her to go. But Jules, you gotta come on. You're right there. It'll be fun. Something different. Right. You don't have to stay all day. Just go and hang for a couple hours.
So Andrew, did you say you got your flight?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
So I've looked at a few, but I've not seen the prices.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's spring break.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of spring break. It's kind of shitty.
And March Madness.
Shitty timing.
What's the arrival times? Do you know that yet?
I'm still going for. I'll be there in the morning.
Right. Okay.
Well, I'll swing by because I have the day off, so we'll start early together. Yeah.
Fuck yes.
So modern times when they first open, and then I don't know what else. Associate maybe
probably noon or 11.
Some places open at 10 a.m., but yeah, it'd probably most likely 11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's
As soon as you get your flights, fire them over into Slack so we know what time everybody's coming in. We got to write all this shit down. So I don't want to we forgot to pick somebody up. Yeah.
So in Slack now thread.
Yeah, like DJ Flash gonna know when he's flying in.
He gets in at 10:30.
10:30, yeah. So we'll pick up him and Gak and you and everybody else.
Dave's wife,
Leo, Dave's wife.
I posted mine in there. It arrives at 8:45 a.m.
Does it really?
Oh my God. Wow. But no, I'll hang. I'll just wait till
be the first one to sleep.
We're going to IHOP.
Food coma.
Well, you said it's like 10:30 or 11 when DJ Flask gets there, right?
10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be 11 before we're out of the airport, anyways. No matter what, looking at just his schedule, So it'll be a point.
I should get,
by the time.
Maybe Steve, I should get your mailing address at some point. Could you PM that to me?
Yep.
Because rather than flying out with ears for stuff, maybe you should just ship you some stuff.
Okay. I will do that.
I'm in a Domino's coma. I gotta go to bed. I'll see you guys next week.
All right,
sounds
good.
All right, remember, be nice to my wife if she comes solo. It'll be crazy, but I might be able to convince her to do it.
Don't worry, we'll get her laid.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. What a dick.
It's fucked up.
It's funny, though. I like it. All right, later.
Bye, Dave.
Well, he actually said goodbye rather than just a little sneaking out like he always does.
Like Joel does.
So Gravatar posted the designated driver requirement, the trailer setup on the IRC. It's pretty good.
Porta potty trailer header.
Yep.
I haven't done it yet. Finished pouring this beer. All right, what else we got to talk about?
We already talked about Nat. We already talked about
stuff and things.
Stuff. We talked about our
PC
question.
PC gaming didn't work out so much this week.
No, we didn't do PC gaming. Maybe we'll do it this week. Oh, I gotta see if that thing's still on sale for Halloween.
Oh yeah, so I think Jim said it's not on sale. So this week actually is tricky with me.
It was on sale all weekend. No one chimed in, so I didn't buy it.
I missed your post. I know.
Right at Friday, I'm like, it's $20.
It will go on sale again. Dude, Steam sales happen constantly for the same game. So
yeah.
what everyone should do is, if you guys are serious about buying that game, is everyone should just add that to your wish list.
That's how I got notified.
You'll get notified via email every time it goes on sale.
Yep.
So just everyone add it to their wish list, and then Jim doesn't have to notify us. We'll just, if we're committed, let's just do it.
Yeah.
And what was that other website you talked about that sends you stuff?
Oh, the Humble Bundle.
Humble Bundle.
Yeah, as in a bundle of
Humble
twigs.
Butthole.
a bundle of twigs or faggot.
And hopefully Orange Rip's doing better.
Yeah.
So he said earlier that he is feeling much better. He's still, I think, in the place where he's at. I don't know if we want to talk about it publicly about where he's at. But,
he had to have that penis reduction.
Yep.
It was causing blood loss to his head.
Fucking up his
Reducing it to the size of a vagina.
Every time he got an erection, he started fainting. Too much blood loss. So.
He's like, all I want is the head and the sack. The rest of it's too big. Just like a mushroom kingdom down there.
You stay nice and warm.
I hope he's doing better though. I wonder if all the stress of his arcade shit is finally caught up to him though.
Could be.
So
got a lot of shit going on right now.
Yep, I know. So my wife said something that blew me away. She said that she wants to go to Canada if we do Nat out there next year.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I know.
My wife has said a bunch of times she wants to go up there.
She loves
the issue with
Canada,
her is timing. So if it happens in the summer, I'm good for her.
Yeah,
but
so
if not,
Orange has it
whatever.
going on, if that's working out, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yep.
Well, we could shuffle the time around in a year, whatever you guys want to do that works best, as long as it's not during drinkers,
Right.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Or CAX. Obviously, we have to work around CAX for
CAX and drinkers, yeah.
But I mean, a summertime trip up to Canada sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think I'm still going to CAX this year. I got to talk to Keith, so. I don't know who of our groups who's going. I think Carrie, you're going to probably go because you're close, right?
Yep, absolutely. I'm sure I'll bring game.
Yep, I'll be there. I'll bring games.
Jimbo going to come?
I don't know yet.
Undecided.
Undecided.
It's so much fun to help me move.
Yeah.
15 games at 2 a.m.
Yeah. I think we're just going to do Friday, Saturday, come home Sunday. I think we're doing.
I don't want to hear nothing.
Oh, Buffett chimes in
Mr.
finally.
Matt
You heard your fucking answer to tonight's question.
We thought you were just a slot filler.
No. He was busy eating pork chops.
Oh, shit.
Would you eat, throw away, or chew?
Oh, nice.
Dozen eggs, 2 pounds of steak, or 3 pounds of taters,
or just a can of Old Bay.
Yeah,
absolutely. Mix a little bit of water in it, and it goes down faster.
Just coffee.
Yeah, brew Old Bay coffee. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I would burn Zookeeper. Keep Qbert and sell Mad Planets.
Wow.
Yeah. I've always wanted a Qbert. Zookeepers, meh. And Mad Planets.
All right, you find me a good-looking Zookeeper, original hardware, and I will absolutely ship you my fucking Qbert, which is in pristine, awesome shape.
I know a guy selling one in a brand new cab. Or at least I don't know if he still has it.
Mine's all original.
It's all original. I don't know if it's original hardware or not, but I think he was running a J-Rock or whatever.
I don't want a J-Rock.
Mine's
original. I don't want a fucking J-Rock.
Nah, I know.
I'll trade you my J-Rock for your brand new.
We're purist over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. So, no, I've been doing a lot of desoldering, so you guys don't want to hear that. So
you're gonna make it out to San Diego or what?
No.
Philly.
That was worth a shot.
if you all would if you know somebody that would contribute the airfare and whatever else,
oh come on, get a hold of Banning and just be like, look, I'm gonna come out there and fix monitors.
Yeah, there you go.
I just want to watch.
They might do that. They would actually might.
I just want to watch this dude eat breakfast again, as long as he's not expecting sweet tea
with hangover.
I will get sweet tea from somewhere else and bring it there, so don't worry. No more tinkling glasses.
No more.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. The hangover.
The hangover.
Yeah. I mean, Buffett, you're a great dude, and I never wanted to stab you in the neck with a fork before, but I totally need to stab you.
I don't blame you. I totally get it, dude. I'm sure you did.
I wish I could have videoed Andrew's look on his face as he's looking at me. He had like one eye twitching. He's like, This is so awesome.
That's it. But my biggest thing is because I don't, drink and I don't get hangovers. I don't think about some of that. Not really high on my, mind at the moment.
And that was Friday. That was Friday morning after like our first night there. So it's just like, oh my god, dude!
I slept in until like 1 in the afternoon. It was great.
You should have said something. I'd have done it with the straw instead.
Well, no, it's just it became such a joke that it was like it's even funnier to you.
Yeah, just keep going, right?
Just keep going.
It's like I'm not about being a dick. At least
no.
Purpose.
I never for once thought you were a dick about it. It was just it was a situation that was brilliant. It's pure comedy at the time.
Yeah, like I said, I do feel bad about it.
No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad.
No,
I don't feel bad about it. It was just like one of those things where it's like, sugar does not melt in cold water, dude. You will never make that sweet tea. It can't be.
Oh, it was sweet. Absolutely. I got it to work. I'm persistent. Or stubborn, one of the two.
Well, you know my opinion.
So, but yeah, no, if I got, like say, sponsored or whatever trip to come out there, I would, but I don't have the money to do all that. I don't.
Right.
So it's bumming. It bums me out, because I can't come hang with you guys, but I just can't do it. So put your money towards getting Chris to Grinkers this year. Dead.
Right.
Dude.
Oh, Qbert, you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit afraid of what Chris would happen. What happened to Chris?
Chris Unleashed.
I know.
That's right.
You'd be like,
I feel like he'd like get lost or miss his flight home or something. Like
bring him there. It's just like winding up like a toy, right? It's like and then let it go. I'm like, I don't know where it's gonna go.
I don't know where Chris is.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get fucking hammered.
Well, you could always just get the bartenders to mix the Never Too Hungover in with his drinks. He would never know after a while.
Yeah.
Oh God, that would taste like dirt.
Why is it beer green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are those West Coast IPAs you've never had up there in Canada.
Right.
God, that's awful.
Welcome to the West Coast.
The beer sours.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, but hey, you never know. That's cool.
All right, Gak, what's your clock say on Pac-Man clock? How far behind is it now?
Well, actually, I moved it, so I unplugged it. I think I reset it. It says 9:50. It should be good right now.
Okay, here's
just a couple days ago. I moved it.
So you reset it. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't think about it, but I had to move it anyway. So.
All right.
Steve, is yours still plugged in?
Yeah, mine says 9:42.
So
Dang, 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's 8 minutes behind.
Almost 10.
Almost. Not quite. That's when I reset it.
Yeah.
When it hits 10.
So
does anybody want to answer Kopi's question?
What's the question?
In the chat, he says, hey guys, I have a Marvel vs. Capcom that the battery died on. Should I order new EPROMs to burn so I can Phoenix it and leave the original ROMs alone? Or do I just reprogram the existing ones? I am assuming the original ROMs are reprogrammable. I haven't really looked.
So that I think what he's saying is that it's suicided.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
You're
like.
kind of fucked unless you can only Phoenix it at this
So
point.
that choice at that point, yeah, your only option is to Phoenix it.
They've actually they've on a lot of games they've figured out how to put the security key back on it, so you don't have to Phoenix it anymore. That's just been recent.
All right. Well,
it
that's
used to
the
be
case.
it used to be you could send it back to Capcom a long time ago.
Mhm.
Like they give a shit.
I mean, if it's possible to resurrect it rather than Phoenix it, I would resurrect it for sure rather than using the Phoenix ROMs. But yeah, old information is that if it's dead, it's dead, and then you have to Phoenix. If there's new information, then I've not heard that. And
yeah, it's been just recently. Some dude figured out the algorithm or the security key.
Yep.
And can do it now. Yeah.
That is posted all on Club, I take it.
I don't remember where I saw it. I see it in different things in different places when I'm Googling for stuff. So I don't know what I was Googling or what I was doing to find that information. I forget.
So Coupe. So here's your answer is like if you can find out what Buffett's talking about, do your research and figure out how to do that. In the short term, you can always burn Phoenix ROMs and use those for now, and then upgrade it to the original ROMs with the security chip that's been. Wait, so then you have to have a new battery for it as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So replace the battery and then do what Buffett said, or Phoenix it and be done with it. But I'd rather have an original board running with the security chip.
Then you just need to replace the battery like every. Well, I guess if they were reprogramming it, you wouldn't have to. But
it's supposed to be every 3 years. You're supposed to replace them every 3 years.
Right.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that because the batteries die, or?
Yeah, it's supposed 3-year battery life is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, because the battery just keeps the security chip alive.
Yeah.
See, and I heard 5 years, but whatever. It's probably safer. Do it every couple.
Call it
whatever.
every
Or
do it every
it's a
year.
little tiny battery.
Why
It's
not?
easy.
Yeah, change the battery. Just make that part of your annual thing, or it's like
Yeah, you should write the date.
Put a date on it. Yep.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like pinball batteries, right? We're supposed to change those once a year.
Yep. Except, well, it depends if you have the AA one, or do you have the what do you call those little? They look like a quarter. Those kind of batteries.
Oh, the nickel cell or
nickel. Yeah. So those last a lot longer. So yeah, I don't know how long those last, but they're supposed to last a pretty long time. But
either way, it's like rather than risk it, just set yourself a schedule.
Yeah, and I think you're supposed to with those. I think you have to keep your pinball on when you replace them. Otherwise, you lose the score. Yeah, you lose the score. So you got to just leave the machine on and replace the battery, and you can do it.
We'll excuse you.
You don't have to,
I like that.
Yeah, but you don't need to replace the battery on the CPS2 board while the game is on or anything.
No,
as long as you do it within about 5 to 7 minutes, you're good.
Right.
Yeah.
Supposedly it lasts for about 20, but I would not chance that if I was
right.
When I did it with Dungeons and Dragons, I think I spent like 10 minutes. It was fine.
Yeah, it's not a difficult thing.
It's easy. There's just 2 leads. Boom, done.
Yeah. CPS 3 is where you got to hot swap it for the most part, which is a pain.
Yeah, that would suck. That's where you put like a new battery socket or whatever on there, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a lot harder.
Even soldering that's not that shouldn't take that long.
No, you just have to do it while the game's running.
So it's just nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never soldered to a hot board before.
That would be interesting.
Kind of scary.
Get some sort of JAMA extender or something so you're not at a weird angle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with it is it's actually on the little cart itself that you have to plug into the motherboard.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you have to take the cart apart to get
it's not a battery on the motherboard?
No, it's a battery in the game cart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, batteries in the game cart on the CPS3.
Oh, yeah, because CPS, it's the same.
Yep.
So there you go. Arcade tip of the week.
All right. Well, that was far too much arcade talk.
He's got 2 other questions, but
I am drained.
Yeah, we're tired and sick. Right, Gak?
Yeah. Exactly.
So should we call it a night for tonight?
Yeah. So Coupe is saying the Phoenix ROMs, they're bootleg. That's true. They are bootlegs. It's not official ROMs at all because they've been hacked to bypass the security chip. So yeah, that's 100% bootleg. And yeah, we don't know about that either. Actually, this is the first we've heard of them cracking the encryption. So I can't speak to that. Jim can't speak to that. Any of the CPS guys can't speak to that. So if it works, then yeah, Google. You're in the same boat.
But that's the rumor, according to the arcade buffet.
This is a hot new news tip of the night.
And that would be B board has the battery. A board's the motherboard.
Yeah.
I think you can find the information on Pornhub.
Yep. Check the VR section. I've been burning the crap out of that one.
There is a site, what's it called? CPS2 Suicide or something like that? There is a website that's all about CPS2 stuff. It's probably like the first result if you Google it. And it has all tons of information. It might be dated now if this person can do that, but it's very, very informative.
Oh, sweet. So he said he put a battery holder on the board. So swapping out the battery should be no problem in the future.
Perfect.
Clever. Yeah. So wait, so do you have like the lead sticking out of the board? I don't understand. Did he put a battery holder? But where does he put the battery holder?
What, on the CPS2?
Yeah.
Just where the battery was.
Why would you need a battery holder? Just
well, that's
solder
what I'm
a new one
saying.
in.
He's saying that he put a battery holder
to solder.
Yeah, so that he could just buy a regular size like camera battery because it's like odd size and just throw it in there.
Oh, I see. All right.
Or whatever size. So he doesn't have to do any soldering. I mean, that's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
The holder has lead. Okay, so and then that goes in. I mean, where's that mounted?
That goes in.
Is it out?
And then, yeah.
But is it something that's sticking? Like where's the holder?
Be on the surface of the board.
Oh, okay.
It'd just be on the surface. No.
Right.
It's kind of redundant / a waste when you just solder the battery on real quick and you're done.
Yeah, but this way you solder. He's soldering once, and then you never have to solder again.
I was picturing something like when you remote battery mount like for
he's not remoting. I don't think
it's not remoting. Yeah.
No.
So I get it. Yeah. So it's more like an MCR battery mod, where it's like the battery's still on the board.
Right.
You're just doing it with something that's easier to change out.
Like it's just like putting a socket for
a battery, rather than
like
doing
put a socket for an IC.
Yeah, rather than soldering the IC to the board. Yeah, got it. Cool.
All right, let's kill it.
Yep. All right. So
kill it, Tiger.
Tiger.
So, Steve, you want to take us out of here?
All right. Well, thank everybody for joining us for another fun-filled 113 episode, right?
Gak.
And
there we go.
Who do we have for our guest?
Who joined us on our romper room today?
We had a couple of new ones, I think. Northrad's Hauntings, whatever that is, whoever that is. YouTube Punk. Have you guys heard of that person?
Nope.
He commented on a couple of my videos.
Robert K. Binkman85. Steve Wallard, which is Steve from Albany. Let's see here. Seabart was in there. Orange was in there. Nashville, that's Clint. Let's see. That's it for YouTube, I think. And then Eeyore, DJ Flask, D-Hacked. Hey, Billy Mitchell was in there, apparently. All right.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
A-Pop. A-Pop, Whip It Good. And then, of course, the rest of us here, I think. Necros, Kopi, and Distinctive Square. Oh, is that who that is?
Flower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Robert K's Kopi. Nice. All right. Well, thanks for joining us in our longest running live arcade podcast on YouTube.
It helps keep us alive from
yes, right. and we'll keep coming back whether we're hungover, sick, or whatever.
Whether you want us to or not.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty
right?
much.
And with one more girls than the other guys.
Yeah, that's right.
100% more.
I think we're 23 days away from seeing some of you guys in person in San Diego.
Yep.
So
It's gonna be quick.
good times.
Fun
Yeah.
weekend. Looking forward to it.
Yep. So, all right. Well, I guess that's it. And we'll see you guys on 114. So.
Yep.
All right.
Nice set. Good day.
Yeah, play us out, Jim.
See you tomorrow, Indiana Jones.
Ooh, that was
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.